Hey everyone, we'll wait for 2 minutes and then start. Hello everyone. Is my voice audible?
Yes, Simha.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
Simha.
Uh, Thank you. Okay. Um, let's start. So we were discussing on the roles of the product owner, Scrum Master, development team, and all. We'll come into this events in the Scrum. Okay. So I think in the beginning, like we were just like, gave a rough idea like what are those events. Okay, like we have discussed like the sprint is a container event, and we have these four extra events called sprint planning, daily scrum, sprint review, and retrospective. So these are the events. Now we will go in detail. Okay, we will go to each and everything and try to understand what is done in this particular event, and what who is accountable for what. Okay, what are the roles and responsibilities of every individual in this type of events. Okay, so let's make fine. Yes, Scrum event.
you said we will discuss something about differentiation of the project manager and
Okay, yeah, fine. Okay, I'll just okay, we will go with that and then come to here. Okay, thanks for reminding. So is my this thing visible? Screen.
yes, yes.
Okay, so actually, yeah. When you say the Scrum Master a project management role, okay, mostly the questions like they will be asking like, why do you need a project manager when a Scrum Master is already there doing the work, delivering that particular project and all. Now, after this discussion, after this particular, going through the document, maybe like you'll have an idea like why a Scrum Master, what does he do? Okay. Now, in a Scrum Master, his main focus is going to be on the Scrum team and the team members. Whereas the project manager, he primarily focuses on the entire project of the client. Got it? So his role is a little bit broader. Okay. It's much more wider than the Scrum Master part. So only the Scrum Master is involved in the Scrum team activities, implementing the Scrum or adapting the Scrum, but not on the whole project. Okay. Okay, the entire project of the client. Okay, he will be involved only in this particular thing. Okay, he is localized, whereas the project manager has His focus, his vision is beyond that. The Scrum Master has to only manage one team at a time. It is said only one team, but not in our organizations as of now. Like there are people who are managing two to three. Two is at the max, that's fine. The three is a burden. Okay. The project manager has to manage various projects and align them with the business objectives to make them a success. Now, the project manager has to have he should manage various projects. It is he will be not just limited to one of the projects. Okay, not to one team. That's a clear cut definition here. Okay, okay. Scrum Master is like a servant leader. Okay, actually, this servant leader term. Okay, it came into use in 2017 first edition of the Scrum Guide, but now that they have removed. Okay, so he works like a servant leader. That means like he will be a leader, but works like for everyone like a servant, something like that. So he has to work with an aim of making the team responsible for the project. Okay, but the PM is a leader here. He is the leader of the team. Okay, he will be the single point of contact or view for managing the whole entire project. So the focus of the Scrum Master is to work on the projects that are IT specific, are related to similar industries. So those who are implementing the IT projects, okay, software developments, something related to that, probably Scrum Master can be there. But uh, whereas project manager can be, be in any of the organization. He can be in a industry related, in manufacturing domain, or he can be in a pharma domain, whatever. I mean, so it doesn't specify that you should be related to the IT field. No, not like that. Whereas Scrum Master, yes, mostly into this IT specific things. So here, like again, it's like a motivator, a trainer, a coach. I didn't get that details. I will try to find it out. The activators, or whatever it is. Whereas the role of the project manager is to be an effective and efficient decision maker, motivator, yeah, whatnot. So, very good negotiator. The thing here is, the project manager is a little bit decision maker here, whereas a scrum master, you will make the team self-organizing. Okay, you will make that self. The people, the team members are able to take their own decisions, self-managing. Okay, there you can see the difference, right? The scrum master is will make the team more power, whereas the project manager is so powerful that he will take his own decisions on behalf of the team. Okay, if something is going wrong, if something is failing, it is the accountability of the project manager. Okay, whereas in the scrum, it is a whole team responsible for that. It's not just a scrum master. Hope you got it. No, the scrum master is a very clever guy. He's setting all his responsibilities on the team and he's living happily. Whereas the project manager is a role of taking all the burdens on himself and leading the team. Do you understand the pain of the project manager now? What you want to become, a scrum master or project manager?
Scrum,
Sorry.
Scrum Master.
Because like it's yeah, we need to empower the team to take the decisions, take the responsibility, accountability, and everything. When a failure comes, it's all people's responsibility, or all people are responsible for that. Whereas if you're a project manager, you work like a donkey and you are responsible for that. If you are not able to deliver, even if that one of the team members is not doing good, the project will go. Okay, it will be in the red flag, and you are accountable for that. That's it. That's the biggest problem with the project management. Okay, and the Scrum Master requires certification from either PSM or CSM. Okay, here it is actually given the Scrum Alliance, but yeah, and the project manager from the PMP certification. That's what actually these are the differences. Which even one I have another one on slide. Yeah, the responsibility for the success of the last one I'm seeing. The project manager is responsible for the success of the project, where the Scrum Master team is responsible for success of the project. Okay, so that's the thing. Project manager is a manager, where the Scrum Master is one of the team members. Okay, he will exercise authority and has own leadership style, whereas Scrum Master doesn't have that authority and he will follow the agile process. Okay. He makes self decisions on the future direction mostly. Whereas in the Scrum Master, he encourages the team to take the decisions. He won't take it. Okay. He will negotiate, work with the team, and monitors the progress. Okay. He will act like a trainer and get the work done. So yeah, true. I mean, he does the same thing here in this case in terms of work. Okay, but uh, ensures the project objectives are met. Whereas Scrum Master ensures the team is working on the goal. Okay, so whatever. I mean, their vision, their goals are different. So here, like they are going to be on different goals. Okay, he can command and control, but here, like he makes a team self-organized, self-managing. Okay, so he doesn't command. He can't command also. Okay? Can't control. So that's the beauty of the Scrum Master role, actually. Uh, less luggage, more comfort. Okay, so you will be having no, you will not have that much luggage to carry, the burden. So you will have more happy journey. Whereas a project manager should take all the load. You should be accountable for it. So did you get it? I mean, so do you think any more discussion on this needed, required, something like? I mean, are you able to get the gist of this one, like how the project manager and Scrum Master are different?
Will you share this one, this PPT?
Yeah, I will upload. Yeah, I will upload.
Can we compare project manager and product owner?
Yeah, okay. The product owner. Okay, I have the product owner and product manager. Sorry, I think I didn't. Okay, I got to come down. I was stopping here. Okay, fine. Product manager. Right. Thanks for that. The product manager is will be more interested in the product, right? So more deeply understanding. So he will be more interested in what the user wants. Okay, he will be more interested in the users. Uh, I mean, whatever they are actually wanting for. Okay. He will be developing and sharing the long-term vision of the product as well as for the product strategies for achieving the vision. That means what? So that means like you have a vision of developing a phone like an iPhone. Okay, you have that vision. Okay, and you will develop certain strategies, the roadmap for that to achieve that particular vision. Now, this is the importance of the product manager. Okay, so whereas a project manager is only concerned with the project deliveries, what team has to do, how to do that. Okay, he is not worried about that. He have something from the customers. He will say like this has to be delivered. Okay, he will be seeing like what are the things needed to do that, and what management he has to do on that, the client part, or the financial part, or the resources part, or stakeholders part, whatever. That the project manager takes care of that. Okay, he will be not interested in what the customer wants. In the sense, he will not have that vision on the product. Okay, he will be only interested in delivering the particular product, not on what actually the product is going to help them, how it is going to help, like what are the next steps to help increase the customer satisfaction, nothing like that. Okay. Whereas the product manager will, is going to work for this particular roadmap. He will work on this series of strategies to achieve the particular vision. Okay. He will determine the most impactable feature or functionality to build next. Okay. He will also select what has to be built next. So you got iPhone 1, iPhone 2, something like that. The versions have been coming up, right? So he will be more interested in what next. So the product manager focus will all be on the product. Okay. What to do, what will have the next product and how the next product should be, something like that. So defining and measuring success criteria for these particular new features and functionalities. So you will be working on that. Okay. And he also work with being the cross-functional champion for their product teams and roadmaps. So he will be the one who is cross-functional, working along with these product teams, with the clients, with the all this type of people. So his role is little different from the project manager point of view. Hope you got to the project manager is mostly he will be involved in working with the managements, like how to manage the resources, how to manage the finances, how to manage the stakeholders, how to manage the scope, the time, cost, everything. He will be mostly into that. Okay. So the product manager's vision is going to be a little different. He is going to be mostly concentrated on what to deliver, how good he can deliver to the customer, what type of feature that have to be added in this particular product, or what next. then he'll develop the strategy to do that. So these are the things like the product manager takes care of. So did you get okay? Then you have this product owner also, right? The product owner again, it is limited to the Scrum. Okay, he is not beyond that Scrum. Okay, he is just a owner, a specific role related to the Scrum guide. Okay, so we'll be just accountable for the maximizing the value of the product resulting from the work of the Scrum team. So he will be more interested in the value that is generated for that particular sprint or for a particular product. Okay. So he will be responsible for managing the backlog items, communicating the product goal, helping the stakeholders, helping the teams align with the product roadmap. Okay. So mostly like his role is limited to this particular product. Okay. What is his vision? His vision is limited to the product goal itself, not beyond that. So if someone asks like what next, the product manager will vision it. We'll have some roadmap for not what next. Product owner is not going to have anything on this one. You will just implement what is that is given to him. Okay, we'll clearly define what is the product goal for this one. That's it. But he can't dictate, he can't give a roadmap on next what to do next and this type of things. Hope you got. The product manager is product owner and the project manager. These three people have their own, set of this thing. So I will upload this one, not an issue. We can just cross check once again. Okay. Yeah,
So
this is
the
sorry.
product product owner and the project manager work differently together, or these two are different people?
Yeah, these two people are different people. Product owner is different people. Project manager is different. Okay. All three people are different people. Or they can become, if they want, they can, learn the things and become. But the roles are different.
The product owner no, this report to the project manager,
Yeah, he can. Yes, he should. Yes, in organization, yes, he should.
or is different?
He is different and he should report. He should report to the project manager.
Okay.
Because there should be someone to represent, to report to, right? And project manager is the one who takes care of everything. So he should report to that. Okay.
Oh. So can you give an example like in so which one we call as a project, which one is we call as a product in a IT?
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. It's fine. You let us take this mobile app. Okay. Where you are or we are all are working for a particular project. Okay. Now, when I say the project manager, what is his role in developing a particular mobile phone? He will be involved in working with so many people. Okay. He will be working with stakeholders. He will be working with finance team. He will be working with uh, yeah, the team resources. So there will be a lot of management things which have to be done with respect to the project management. Okay, so he'll be taking care of those things. Okay, so you will see whether that is particular product he can deliver that in a particular time period. He will analyze whether that is in the scope or not. First of all. If it is in the scope, we will see whether the budget is within the scope or if it is going beyond that, or the resources allotment is okay or not. So all these type of things, the project manager will analyze, okay, before he going to take up. Now, once that is everything is finalized, okay, once we have this project charter, okay, we have this contracts and all, okay, everything done, then it will come to the product owner, okay. Then the product owner is going to take it from there. Or the product manager who has a very good idea on this particular product, then he can take it up and assign it to the product owner, to one of the product, okay. It could be this particular mobile, and he can give all the specifications required to be implemented in this particular sprint or in this. So the product manager can assign to a product owner, or the product owner. Actually, product manager is a lately we see a product manager, but yeah, product owner is going to be the one in most of the IT companies. But whoever it is, so The product owner is going to take on that particular product, and he was going to work and is going to create a vision. Okay, give a goal to that, explain that to the team members, make them understand like why they are working for and how their goal should be aligned to this particular product goal and all. So the product owner job or the product manager, if there is. So in that way, like it will be assigned to the next. So what we got? I mean, in a higher level, it's the project manager, then comes to the product manager, then comes to the product owner, something like that.
Okay.
The project management is a bigger one because like they need to do lot of management things. It's not just related to just developing one product. It is all the things related to that, even from the compliance point of, with the stakeholders point of, with the resources point of view, cost, okay, time, everything has to be taken by the project management. That's what I said. It's like a donkey job. You do a lot of work. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to degrade that role, but it's a lot of. I mean, still a lot of effort is required to be in that role. Okay, so hope you got some idea on this one.
I have a question. This
Yes,
product manager and product owner, they are two different individual, right?
yeah, those two people are two different individuals. Product owner is his role is limited to as per the Scrum guidelines. Got it? The product owner
Okay.
role is limited, or it is as per the guidelines of the Scrum guide.
And what about
The
product
product
manager?
manager is beyond that. His vision is completely different, something like that.
Example?
Yeah, okay. So that's what I said. No, if you want to have one product, okay. So you got see the customer came to you and asked like to develop a mobile phone. Now the project has started. The project manager got all the information. He will hand it to the manager. Now the product manager is going to work with a particular customer and will have certain vision on that. He will say like we are going to develop this phone and he will be developing a strategy like how he is going to develop that in few features, okay, in the few steps, okay, in the coming year, okay, in that way, like he's going to give the roadmap. So you will say like this is a milestone. We probably by the end of the year we're going to come with this particular phone, but the next year it's going to be something different and that. So this roadmap, like he has a vision of what next to be done. The product manager has all these type of things, and he will be assigning that to a product owner. The product owner is going to work as per the Scrum guide, and he is going to work with the team members, help the team members to align their goals with the product goal. No, the product owner will be saying the same thing what product manager has conveyed. But the thing is, he will be not having the next roadmap. Okay, he will be not deciding on what to do next. Okay, he will not have the vision of or the strategies that has to be done after the once it is done. Okay, so all the roadmaps, all the strategies that are to be done will be with the product manager, not with the product owner. Product owner will work as per the Scrum guidelines. That's it. So he will be just working on what has to be developed in this particular sprint or on the whole, like what product has to be developed. So when that is done, then again, if the new features are to be added as per the strategies, the roadmap, then he will working on that again. So his thing is to convey the information, clearly communicate what has to be done to the team members, the product owner. So the product manager is not going to come to the team members and talk on that one, unless otherwise, if he is requested, he will come, or it's not required.
So there is only one product manager, and but one
Hmm.
product owner can be a member of multiple Scrum, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Product owner can be for different. Yes, it can be. So Scrum Master was only for one per team. Product owners can be, yes, it can be two. Okay. So, okay, I'm just sharing the screen on the events part. Could you brought a very good question, at least if you have got. I think you can observe now, like when you go back to your organization and see like who are or like what they are doing and how the roles are aligned. Okay. Okay, fine. So let's go ahead with this one. Scrum events.
Yes.
Good, thank you. So Scrum events. First one is a sprint. We can say no, it's a container of all the events. It's like if you say Christmas holidays, that is a container. Okay, it is going to have all the events within the Christmas. Okay, in India, like you have so many festivals. Okay, those whole festivals are called as a container of all the events. So each event in the Scrum is a formal opportunity to inspect and adapt Scrum artifacts. Okay, so each event in the Scrum, you can find out like what we are doing there, what we can be, we have no, right, the artifacts, focus, openness, commit, right? So all these things can be, we can visualize, see that, and how they are being implemented in every event. Okay. Now we will see also when we are discussing on those events coming up next, we will see like how these artifacts are being used. These events are specially designed to enable the transparency required. Okay. So all the events, like there is a transparency in every event. You can see the transparency. There is nothing hidden. Well, unless there is a transparency, you never know what is going wrong, and you will be, so very much aware of what is happening around you. Okay. Next, failure to operate any events as prescribed results in lost opportunities to inspect and adapt. Okay. Failure to operate any events. Okay. Suppose like if you're not doing any of the event, okay, if you're not able to follow any of the event, then it will result in, losing the opportunity to inspect and adapt. Let us say there is a daily scrum of 15 minutes. 15 minutes, like there you have to come and see, give your what you're working on. What is your status on the work that you are doing? So if you're not doing that daily scrum, okay, then you will not know what your team member is doing. Okay. Your scrum master doesn't know what the other people are doing and where we stand and the progress. So that this will lead to, losing that opportunity of the inspect and adapt. So we can't either inspect them, okay, and neither we can adapt to any of the changes because we don't know like if the customer comes or if the product owner comes and says like we got a new feature to be added in this particular sprint. This is a priority one. You need to do it. But if it has some dependency on the previous one, okay, and there you came to know that these people are not turning up in the daily scrum and we don't know what they are working on, then we can't adapt that. We can't have that item in our backlog or in our users task list. So that is going to be a problem. So every event should happen. That should happen transparently. If not, then once it is failed, then we can't inspect or adapt. Okay. Next, events you are used in the Scrum to create regularity and to minimize the need for meetings not defined in Scrum. Okay. Events are used in the Scrum or to create the regularity. That means whatever the events that are designed, okay, those are designed to have a regularity. Okay. So, and also to minimize the need for having a meetings which are not required in the Scrum. Scrum says like few meetings, the two only daily Scrum every day and a review or retrospective, those are defined, but not beyond that because if people are more into the meetings and they do less of the work and unnecessary discussions won't lead to anywhere. Okay. So this is just to the events in the Scrum are to just to provide a regularity. Okay. Just to see that this is happening in a cyclic way, in a regular way, so that people are in track. Okay. They are nothing going outside of the track and no other extra meetings are happening because there is unnecessary meetings we need to know where. That's what actually is expected of this. Optimally, all events are held at the same time and place to reduce the complexity. Please make a note of this one. All the events, okay, if you are saying daily scrum, the daily scrum will happen at the same time, at the same place. The reason behind to reduce the complexity. Like we can say this. Let us say the training institute is giving you a link. Okay, this link is same, the time is same. If they go on changing every day with a new meeting request or with a new Zoom link, probably you will be fed up with the links, right? You will say, what is this? I mean, every day we get a new link and we are tired of seeing where to find it. I mean, every day we need to go to the mail ID, find it out, the new link, and connect. So, instead of having this little complexity, this complex, all the events are held at the same time and at the same place. Even in the organizations, okay, they will choose one conference room, or it could be in the desk itself. Just they will all the people gather there, talk for 15 minutes, and just go. That's it. So this makes the lives easy and simple, not to work on the logistics required for that, right? So they need not bang their head to decide like where to go, what to, which room is free and all, nothing. So everything is the same. I mean, there's nothing to make it complex here. Okay. So any questions here on the Scrum events? So all the Scrum events are designed in such a way that there is a transparency involved and people are going to adapt to it. Okay. And any fail in the events will lead to losing this particular inspection and adaptation. Okay. And there is always like Scrum says not to have it's better to avoid the meetings which are not required other than the Scrum events. Okay. But even then it happens like there are some meetings which are not defined but happen. These are called as backlog refinement meetings, BRM. Okay, BRM meetings do happen in the middle of the sprint sometimes. Okay, because like within 15 minutes, sometimes you can't decide. But the Scrum guide says strictly no to those meetings. Okay, uh, but yeah, all the team members are not required for that. Suppose if you have one issue and you are working on that and you are not able to resolve, then yeah, have a meeting with your any of the team members, but not in the daily Scrum. Okay, just after the Scrum, and you both can decide, work on it, and come with a conclusion. But it should not be an event in the Scrum. Okay, that is what actually is conveyed here. And they should all the events should happen in the same place and the same time, just to reduce the complex. Oh, you any doubts here? Anything that
These events, what are those events? Like a
yes,
list of events?
yes. As I said, we are coming to the next slide where we will show that we have 5 events in the Scrum: sprint, sprint planning, sprint retrospect, sprint review. Okay, daily Scrum, sprint review, and sprint retrospective. Okay, all the 5 are the events. We'll come with the sprint now. Okay,
And what is this? The adapt and Scrum artifacts in the first
okay,
line.
okay, okay. You were there from the beginning, or like you were? I mean, just to know, want to know. Man, who is this speaking actually?
Prakash.
Prakash? Yeah, okay, Prakash. Actually, I mean, in the beginning, like if you have attended 2 to 3 classes in the beginning, are you there? Are you there in the three to four classes in the beginning, or you have missed any of the class because like
I know, I am from third, fourth class.
yeah, okay, okay, fine. So there actually we have discussed there what does it mean is anything that you do under inspection, okay, anything that is for under an inspection that will yield a good result. It's inspecting doesn't mean like showing the bossism on that particular person, but it's, correcting the things, okay, being there to say that whenever you do something wrong or whenever you want to implement something new, you will be guided or you will be mentored, trained, something like that. So this type of things will happen in the inspection part. Okay, and at the same time, if there is any feedback that is given while you are doing something, okay, if you are able to adapt to that, then that will help the customer to get the desired result. So that's inspection and adaptation. So mostly these are the pillars in the Scrum: transparency, inspection, and adaptation. Okay, I think we have covered the topic, but I will just show you once again.
This is covered in the first classes.
No, in the beginning, yeah, I think it was there all. Yeah. Okay, these are the pillars of the Scrum.
Okay.
So the pillars of the Scrum are transparency, inspection, and adaptation. So we have discussed on this one where transparency inspection, and adaptation. Okay, without which, if these three things don't exist together, okay. So that's what I want to let me take 2 minutes of time here. So transparency means like everybody knows what's going on. Okay, inspection means like what you're doing, actually checking what you're doing. Adaptation is adjusting your working way. Okay, so these are actually the three pillars of the Scrum. Okay, so how I think we were explained that.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what actually the each event in the Scrum, because these are the three pillars we see like in every event, this inspection, adaptation, and transparency are going to be there. Okay, so otherwise, like people are not going to work. Or, the result is going to be something different to what we expect, right? Let us say like you went to a tutorial, a tuition, or you are sending your friend, a kid, or someone in your home, like you are sending them to a tuition, and the child is not being inspected. Okay, the teacher advised him to do some math problems, and there is no inspection going on. I mean, people they are not. The teacher is not at all seeing or considering the kid. So there is a chance that the student is not going to do the math problems or the homework that is given to him. That will result in the what he will not do it, and it will result in the failure. Okay, of this particular process. Okay, but if the teacher is going to inspect on him, see like what he is doing, and in return, if the student is also showing like what he has done, there is a transparency, right? And once the transparency inspection and both are happening, if the teacher gives a feedback, then he's going to work on it. So that is going to be adapting. So the transparency, inspection, adaptation happen in this way. Okay. In the Scrum also, we expect the same. Okay. So here in the sprint, so are you able to get it? Maybe like you need to go back once again and see that.
Okay. So, and there's some article. What is that?
Yeah. Actually, we have five artifacts: focus, commitment, openness, courage. Okay,
Okay.
and respect. So those are the five artifacts, and without which probably as a team you can't work on. You can go to the previous videos. I think they are uploaded there. You can just
Okay.
cross check. Okay, just go through. I mean, I can also discuss, but in the interest of others, let's continue. Okay,
Okay.
sure. Thank you. Okay, there's the sprint. Sprints are the odd bit of the Scrum. Okay, where ideas are turned into value. Okay, so these containers, sprint, whatever, is actually the main important thing in the Scrum, where whatever idea or whatever the customer requirement is there, like that is being turned into a value. Anything that brings a value is called as an increment. Okay, anything, whatever work that you are doing now, if you do something beyond extra thing, that is an increment. So that is something which is giving a value is an increment. So here in the sprint, everything, all the ideas which are being worked on will turn into a value. Okay, so they are fixed length events of 1 month or less to create consistency. So when you say sprint is an event where your ideas will turn into a value. Okay, that means you're going to work on something that will give you a value, and the length of that particular thing is going to be for 1 month duration, or it is going to be less than that. Okay, but there is a consistency. That means you're going to follow the same thing. Okay, it is not inconsistent. Let me stress on this one consistency, because today, if you are agreed upon to work for 2 weeks sprint, okay, then the next sprint also should be there for 2 weeks. Okay, it should not be for 3 weeks, nor it should be for 1 week. So the consistency should be maintained. Okay, so if all the team members have agreed upon to have the sprint for 4 weeks, okay, go ahead with the 4 weeks. Don't reduce it to 2 weeks, and it can't be more than 4 weeks also. Okay, only for 1 month. Okay. Next thing, a new sprint starts immediately after the conclusion of the previous sprint. So as soon as you end the sprint, okay, other sprint has to start. So you can't say that, no, we didn't work on the product backlog, or we didn't discuss on what we have to work on the next sprint. So I will delay this next sprint. No, because we want the team to be engaged. team to be busy with the work, okay, or because the customer is asking for something that they want, right? We need the team to work on it. They should not be sitting idle. So as soon as you end one sprint, come on, go to the next. Okay. So that is what actually expected in the sprint. So all the work which is necessary to achieve this product backlog, including sprint planning, daily scrum, sprint review, and sprint retrospective, this happen within the sprint. So what happens in the sprint is you are planning, sprint planning, okay, daily scrums, sprint review, and sprint retrospective. Everything are going to happen this sprint. Okay, these are the events in the sprint. Okay, so any questions here?
How is the length of the sprint determined?
If this is as per the Scrum guide, the length of the sprint is given as you know. This is as per the guide. Like we have to be, it has to be either for 1 month or it has to be lesser than 1 month, but not. I mean, which will maintain a consistency. Okay, that means like if you are agreed upon 3 weeks sprint, let us say,
Mhm.
and the next month you are coming, next sprint you are saying like it could be a 4 week. So this is not a consistency part. Okay, you should stick to one a particular timeline, okay, and say like we are going to follow this till this particular product is delivered.
Right, but how do the
Yeah,
team does
right.
the team decide if it should
Mm.
be like for two
Yes,
weeks,
yes.
3 weeks, or 1 month?
Yeah, the team has to decide depending upon the complexity of the uh, uh, product or the complexity on the product goal, okay, on the sprint goal. Because mostly on the sprint goal, because when they are taking these particular tasks are called as user stories, depending
Mhm.
upon their complexity, if they feel like they can't do it within 2 weeks, okay, or within 1 week, then they should. They are the one who are going to decide on that. So it's
So
all it depends on the Scrum team. That means like Scrum team involves development team together with the Scrum master and PO. So they are going to communicate that in to the product owner, and they are going to work together on that.
it's probably decided
Oh,
somewhere
yeah.
during sprint planning.
Yes, during the sprint planning.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And this
Okay.
one consistency. So there might be some complex task. There might be simple task. So
Yes.
some complex tasks will take 1 month. Simple tasks will take 2 weeks. So how
Right.
can we make this no consistency
Yeah.
based on the task
Yeah.
complexity? Will change it.
Right. Right. So we have this called as sprint planning, one of the event where you will break down your user the whole work into smaller chunks of pieces. Okay. So let us say there is a complex task which you have said, which is going to take big, right? Let us say it is going to take a lot of time. Then you will be dividing that complex into a smaller subtask. Okay, in the sprint planning itself. So in the sprint planning, you will come with the estimation. You will say like this particular task or user story is going to take this many number of hours. Okay, so I am going to, yeah, I will let us say like I'm going to say like it's going to take almost 4 days. Then, as per the Scrum guide, okay, we have to divide that particular task into smaller subtasks. That is what actually prescribed. So you will take only those user stories which can be incorporated in this particular sprint. Okay, got it. So if you say the my work is a bigger one, okay, which takes lot of time, 8 hours. Let us say it is a bigger one. This whole thing takes, let us say, 10 days. On the whole, it takes 10 days. That is big. That is one of the bigger problem I have. Then what you will do is you will divide that into 10 subtasks. Okay. If it is taking 10 days, you will divide that into 10 subtasks and say like in this particular sprint, I will take only 2 to 3 tasks and I will work on it. That in that way, like you are making the complex into a simpler one. Okay. So that's what actually defined the Scrum, right? It is a lighter weight framework which gives adaptive solutions to the complex problems. Got it. That's the definition of the Scrum. So how much complex it can be? Okay. In the planning itself, you are going to break down into smaller units.
Okay.
Got it. So in the
Yes.
middle of the sprint, you say like this is very big one. I have failed. My estimation was wrong. Then people are going to come to you like, why you have given a wrong estimation? There was sprint planning which was happening for 8 hours. Okay, this happens for 8 hours for one sprint. We are banging our heads on this particular estimation. Why you have given a wrong estimation? Now this is the thing which happens, and you need to give the answer. Or if you are having this empiricism, yesterday we discussed empiricism, where your knowledge that you have gained from the experience, okay, if you use that to estimate, okay, then like you can compare, right? Like you can say, I have worked in this particular task previously. Then I can give this, this number of hours or this number of days to this particular task. Okay, then that will help you. But if you're a new person, if you don't know anything about that, and you have just given a rough estimate, then that is going to come back to you. Okay, so in that way, like you have to see like how you can. There are so many prioritization techniques which we'll also discuss in the sprint planning. Okay, we'll talk about that also. So there is the sometimes it happens that estimation could be wrong, but with the consent of the product owner, with the team members, you can make some changes. Okay, it happens. We are human beings. We are not very good at planning and estimation. Sometimes we need to change. So that happens. It's not an issue.
So there
Uh,
could be an infrastructure issue. There could be a
yes,
some
yes.
health
This
issues. So these all will be considered, or how to deal with this.
yes, these all will be considered because like you may say like you're working on it and all of a sudden someone there is some emergency and and some person has left and everything is up on you to work. Okay, so in that case, yes, those will be considered, and the estimations may go wrong. Okay, we may not deliver in time. So those things will be, those are called spikes. Those are called outliers. Whatever it is, we can give anything. They can be again brought to back to the product backlog or the sprint backlog and move to the next sprint. Those are there. Practically, yes, this will happen. It's not that ideal, which we discuss here. Okay. We will show you. I mean, I will show you like what happens when we are doing Jira. If something is going beyond that, then yeah, what we need to do and where to go back and all. That we will discuss again the planning part and all. Okay.
I have one question.
Yes, please.
So during the sprint planning, they discuss on the complexity of the feature that they are going to develop
Yes.
or implement, right, during the sprint.
Yes.
Is the feature that they plan to implement during that sprint, is it decided before the sprint planning, or
Mm.
during the sprint planning they pick what feature they are going to implement?
No, during the sprint planning itself, like they have a sprint go, so they are going to decide the planning. I mean, the plan. I didn't get. I mean, the sprint planning, like everything is going to be decided in the sprint planning. It's not that before the sprint planning itself, like they come with a particular feature that has to be developed. Let me see.
Okay,
Let me explain
during
you. The product
okay.
backlog is going to have all the list of items which are to be worked upon. Okay, you will be selecting few of the items from the particular product backlog and put it in your sprint backlog. Okay. Now, the one of the feature could be that. Okay, one of the feature could be those combination of tasks that you have taken. Okay. So if you say, have you decided before the sprint planning? Yes, it could be before that, or sometimes it could be during the sprint planning itself.
Okay, so it um is it the Scrum Master role to pick that list, or was
Mm,
the product
no,
owner? I got
it's not the
confused.
Scrum Master. It's not the Scrum Master job to delegate. Here, actually, when we are talking about the product owner, if you go back to the slide, product
Mhm.
owner may delegate. I said may. It's not must. May delegate the work to to the customer, to the Scrum team regarding that. Okay, so it could be the product owner who can give it, or the team members can themselves take that one. Okay, so it depends on the two people. I will just show
The
that. Yes.
sprint planning, is it a one-day task or it's a like a meeting? What exactly happens?
Sprint planning will come to the next event. That's an event, right? We are we are
Oh,
in the sprint now. Sprint
Okay.
planning is another big story. Okay. I
Okay.
will going to make you work. Don't worry. I am going to make you work like how it happens in the sprint planning. Okay. You're
Oh,
not
the
going to
development
escape it.
is the plan for the sprint.
Yes. Okay. Okay. What happens during the sprint? No changes are made that would endanger the sprint goal. Okay. So we will be coming with a sprint goal, right? During or before the sprint planning itself. So your goal should be, aligned to that sprint goal. So when we are working, we should be working to achieve that particular goal. We should make sure that quality does not decrease. That means because we are giving a increment, a value, right? Whatever we are
Mhm.
developing is a quality product. It's not just a simple one. The product backlog is refined as needed. Yes, whenever there are certain customer insists on having a new feature or some extra feature, then the product backlog can be refined as and when needed. Okay. And see again, scope may be clarified and renegotiated with the product owner as more is learned. Okay. Again,
Mm.
if you say the product backlog has to be refined, then the product owner is the one to whom we have to renegotiate. Okay. In the sense, like not the Scrum team, okay, not the developers, but
The whole
not only the developers, but also the stakeholders or the customers who want us to have. So the whole thing can be again changed, or a few of the things in the product backlog can be refined upon consultation with the product owner. That's what happens during the sprint. Okay, so as I said, like we have backlog refinement meetings. So that
Mhm.
happens within. It is not an event of the Scrum, but this could be another event. But we can't say like that is an event in the Scrum. It's not mentioned in the Scrum guide, so we should not mention that. But yeah, we should have one that can be done with the product owner approval and all.
Who
Okay,
declares the sprint goal?
product owner together with the Scrum team. Okay, we'll come across about. Okay, this
Okay.
one we'll go.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, okay, I will just have this slide and like tomorrow planning. Okay, sprint enable predictability by ensuring inspection and adaptation of progress to our product goal at least every calendar month. Okay, so they are going to see like how we are reaching to the product goal. Okay, for every month. Okay, when the sprint's horizon is too long, the sprint goal may become invalid. Complexity may rise and risk may increase. Okay, so that means like if you have said like it is for 1 month, that's fine. If you are saying the sprint for 2 to 3 months, then the sprint goal may become so invalid. Okay, so there could be a lot of misses, or there could be a lot of outliers, and the risk may increase. So that's why they are insisting on the shorter sprints. Okay, so the shorter sprints can be employed to generate more learning cycles and limit risk of cost and effort to a smaller time frame. So why to have shorter sprints? Because this will help the team to understand where they are going wrong in a shorter span of cycle. Okay, and they also limit the risk of cost and effort which is required. So if it is for longer, like otherwise, like if it is for longer duration, it's going to be like a little of waterfall type of thing, right? I mean, so much of time will be taking, a lot of cost will be involved, a lot of effort will be going into it, and we don't learn anything out of that. So that is one of the biggest problem if you have a sprint of longer duration. So each sprint may be considered as a short project too. So every sprint is a short project. Okay, it's going to be a very short project. Uh, so various practices exist to forecast progress, like burnups, and cumulative effects. Okay, this we will go. See how to track like your work is being progress. Okay, suppose like today, like I have given some tasks to you people. Okay, and you're working on it. How to measure that particular progress? So we have so many charts that come in the our tracking tools. Okay, Jira, Rally software, or Azure data boards. So wherever you see this type of charts where you can be measured your work, okay, how you are doing, how we are going towards our goal, whether we are completing it or not, like how much we are committed to that and how we are able to complete. So these are the things like we can see in this type of charts. We will discuss on that little later. I mean, next. While proven useful, these do not replace the importance of empiricism. Okay, in complex environments, what will happen is unknown. Okay, because like if it is a complex problem, So this is going to be we are not aware of the because transparency is not going to be there, and we don't know like how it's going to work out. So only what has already happened may be used for forward-looking decision making. So that's what empirism is all about. What you learned, and by that you will be going ahead. Okay. A sprint could be cancelled if the sprint goal becomes obsolete. Okay. If you think like if the people, if the team is going to think like we are not able to achieve the sprint goal. Okay. And in that case, the product owner has authority to cancel the sprint. No one else, please. He is the owner who can. He is the one. He is the person who can take the decision of canceling the sprint. The product owner, not the development team, not the scrum master. Got it? So a sprint can be cancelled only by the product owner if he thinks so, or else if he thinks the goal is obsolete, you are not able to achieve, or if it has it has so become so old, or it can't be it's not that good to work on it. Then if it has become so obsolete, then they can stop that particular sprint. So this is all about the sprint. Sorry, sorry. I think I said disabilities. Who gave this? Sorry, Prakash, you are the host now. Fine. So whatever it is, we have completed on the sprint one of the event. The sprint. The sprint is a container event where a lot of things happen in the sprint. Okay. So tomorrow probably will become will always, work on the sprint planning part. So we'll decide what happens in the sprint planning, and we'll also do the sprint planning. Okay. Not an issue. Any questions till now? So now the host has been. Thank you. Okay, any questions still here or?
No question.
In the last slide, in the second point, you saying if it is a long duration, then the complexity will be increased. Ultimately, we need to finish the task. So why if it is a long duration, why it complexity?
Complexity in many, I mean, it's not just in terms of work. The complexity could be because of so many other factors, like as I said, like here the cost, the effort, okay, also the requirements pouring in, and people they have to accommodate lot number of tasks. Okay, the resources may be overloaded, they could be underloaded. So many things happen if there is of short longer duration. Okay, the sprint goal may be obsolete by the time, like let us say if it is for 3 months sprint. Okay, 3 months it doesn't happen, but if it is a 3 months, in the middle of the sprint, after 1.5 months, if the customer says that I don't want this particular product, I want a new one to be come, new product feature, something like that, then the whole effort, whole cost of it has been gone, right? Everything is of waste of time and resources and all. So it's the his goal has become so obsolete now. Like, it's a mere waste of time. That's what the complexity means. Like, because the project management people or the owner or the Scrum team might have put lot of efforts. Okay, making getting working on that particular feature, delivering a value. Now, if he comes in between and gives something different, again they need to work on it, right? So these type of things may result in the complexity of the work. That's what he means to say.
Okay.
I mean, not just related to the work. I mean, because yeah, you see, development team is going to work uh, because we are committed to that, so we will be working on. That's okay. But what happens like if in between something changes and you need to restart your working again, start from the again another. So that's something which is undesirable, right, in the middle of the. So lesser the time frame, you are going to be more effective. Uh, So I'll take 1 more minute to have your questions answered. It is something like this. You give someone the work and say you do it in a day or 2 days and come to me. And for another person also, you give some work and say you come after 10 days. Okay. with whom like you will have clear idea like what they are working on.
2 days.
The person, yeah, who has completed the work in 2 days, or whom you have said to come back again after 2 days, at least you will have some information on what he is doing, or you will know the status of what he is doing. But a person who is will come after 10 days, you don't know like what is happening there, okay, because he is not in touch or whatever reasons. So a larger duration will lead to a lot of problems. That's what he wants to communicate with.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, fine. So tomorrow, like we'll have sprint planning, okay, and so I want you people to have one dummy Gmail ID created, okay. So please create one dummy Gmail ID tomorrow and put it in the chat session tomorrow. We will just I will let you know what to do next. Okay. A dummy one. Need not be on your name and all, but a dummy one will be helpful.
Okay. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, okay. You can paste in the chat session and we will see like what to do next. I will let you know tomorrow. A dummy one, not on your names. Even if it is name, also not an issue. But a dummy one will be helpful. Just give your uh, with your surname or your name, okay, some first letter, so that at least you can understand. Because when we are creating a Jira board, right, we will assign the user stories, the task to a particular individual. So at least you can understand. We can find it out. Anything is okay. You can create your dummy, or if you have an existing Gmail ID, also no problem. You can give. So tomorrow we will just try to think. I will let you know tomorrow. Okay. So we'll meet tomorrow at the same time to reduce the complexity. Thank you all. Yep.
Yeah.
I
Thank you.
will say thank you.